All right, guys, today we're going over advancing the dead bug and coaching the dead bug movement, all right? So hip flexors are kind of an often forgotten movement, or excuse me, often forgotten muscle group. The problem is that if you have a patient that has femoral acetabular impingement syndrome, or they just came off of a hip surgery, they're going to be very weak in the front side of the hip. And two things. One, we have to make sure that we're giving them the right exercise to strengthen them, but if we go too hard initially, we can really aggravate the front side of the hip, right? So I'm going to teach you a progression today with a dead bug for your patients so they can get back to all high lever stuff and increase the strength in front of the hip. Ready to get rolling here? So we're going to start with the easiest exercise variation here, right? The first thing I like to do is to start with a core stabilization component. So you can do this with a band. So let's have you grab this band right behind you. Make sure your band is attached to something stable. This is not the most stable thing, but this is for demonstration purposes. And I want you to pull into this lightly, and from here, push your back flat into my hand and brace your core like someone's going to punch in the belly. This is actually pretty nice just to get the core started. And the first variation is just a heel slide. So keep that brace as you extend this leg all the way down, yep, and all the way back. So let's say you have a post-op, let's do 3 to 5 reps of this. Let's say you have a post-op hip and they can't really do a lot of resisted hip flexion. They may start with a really easy slide back and forth. We probably need to add a towel or something that's going to reduce friction. We don't have that right now, right? So you can relax up here. Second step is we can start a small march, okay? So first step, apply the tension at the top, brace with that core nice and strong, and from here just lift up one leg a little tiny bit, right back down, and then add that heel slide all the way back out again. Good, slide all the way back in and lift right back up again, right back down. Take a breather. Good. Step 3 is starting to extend out your leg a bit more, so increasing the moment arm of the leg so it's a little bit more challenging for the hip flexors. So go ahead and add this core component. We'll pull down, get the core firing, lift this up a little bit. Good. Now reach out a little further, not too far. Good, tap, and then come right back to where you started. Good. And then reach a little further if you feel like you're able to. So you can see over the course of time, as people get a little bit stronger, we just reach out a little further, okay? Take a breather. The next step is this starting to look a little bit more like a dead bug. We can bring up both legs here, just like this. Add your core component, brace nice and strong, and go ahead and reach this leg out. Good, come right back up. So having this leg up a little bit further increases the core demands. It also adds a posterior pelvic tilt, so at the very end range of motion, we're getting more hip extension on this left side hip, right? How you feeling there? Okay? Last stage, let's just do this straight away. Legs straight just like this. We're increasing the moment arm, so even more challenging for the hip. Let's do a few reps of dead bug here. Yep, keep nice strong core engagement as you go. Good. One more. Nice. Good. Take a breather. And here's the thing, this is already a fairly challenging exercise, but we want to try to get people nice and strong, so there are a few additional things you can do at this point. For one, we take our trusty ankle weight and just throw this around right here like this. Good. So let's make this hard. Add that band tension. Good. Brace the core. Both legs are straight. Bring them all the way up. Now tap with this side only. Let's do 3 reps. Good. Now we're just making this harder and harder. After you finish your 3, one more. Good. Let's have you sit up and come off the edge. We can also make this exercise more challenging just by increasing the range of motion, okay? So let's go into a dead bug position, but have your hips on the edge. It's almost the same position as a Thomas stretch, if you guys have seen that before. Good. Now from here, we no longer have something to hold on to. Just keep that in mind. This is, again, this is a table for demonstration purposes. I'll be your resistance so you can push down into me. But here's the thing. Reach this heel down towards the floor. Good. And bring that heel all the way down. There you go. And then come all the way back up again. So you can see we increase the range a little bit. So this is a bit more challenging. And let's try another rep, but keep both legs straight the entire time. Good. Keep this one in place and reach all the way down there. Good. And all the way back up again. Let's do 3. So you can see it's just getting harder and harder and harder. And this would be the highest level exercise here. And at this point, if your athlete can handle this, I just move on to harder variations, right? So guys, that's not the end. There's some more good learning. I want you to click on this link above and then continue. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you, Chris. Hopefully your core is feeling good and your hip flexors are not hurting. All right, very good. Thank you. Yeah.